Sovereign debt does not expire. It doesn't vanish with the fall of a government or the rise of a new flag. It follows nations like a shadow because international law demands it. Starting in 1912, the Republic of China issued a series of sovereign bonds to fund its modernization efforts. These weren't just one-off loans. They were part of a global campaign to raise capital for railways, industry, defense, and public works. Bonds were issued in pounds, dollars, francs, and yen. They were underwritten by some of the most powerful banks in the world, from J.P. Morgan and HSBC to Deutsche Bank and the Banque de l'Indochine. These were formal, legal contracts, fully recognized in global capital markets. American citizens, British investors, European institutions, they all purchased these bonds in good faith, expecting repayment, just like with any sovereign borrower. But repayment stopped. When the Chinese Communist Party seized control of the mainland in 1949 and declared the formation of the People's Republic of China, it refused to honor the debts issued by the Republic of China. The PRC declared them pre-revolutionary obligations, irrelevant under the new regime. There's just one problem. International law says otherwise. It's called the Doctrine of State Succession. The Succession Doctrine is a well-established principle in international law. It holds that when a new government takes control of a country, whether by revolution, war, or political transition, it inherits the legal obligations of its predecessor. The state, as a legal entity, continues, even if the government changes. This is not controversial. This is not fringe. It is taught in every major international law curriculum and practiced in statecraft across the globe, and it has precedent. Russia inherited the debts of the Soviet Union, even though it was a different political entity with a different ideology. Post-apartheid South Africa repaid debts incurred by the apartheid regime. And the United Kingdom, as recently as 2006, finished repaying its World War II-era debt to the United States and Canada, long after the wartime generation was gone. Debt doesn't disappear, it's transferred. That's why the People's Republic of China is still legally bound by the sovereign obligations issued by the Republic of China. And that includes the tens of thousands of defaulted bonds still held by American citizens today. These aren't war reparations. They're not charity. They are contracts, backed by gold clauses, tax pledges, and sovereign authority. Over time, the PRC has selectively repaid some of these debts, such as the 1987 settlement with British bondholders as part of the Hong Kong transfer. So let's be clear, China knows these debts are valid. They just haven't repaid everyone, especially not American holders. Today, the outstanding amount is over $1.6 trillion, the astronomical price being due to the bonds having been issued in gold pounds and gold dollars, while the price of gold has risen dramatically in recent years. That's a massive unpaid tab sitting quietly beneath the surface of US-China relations. But it won't stay quiet forever. These bonds represent more than money. They represent the rule of law, the continuity of the state, and the expectations that bind sovereign borrowers to their commitments, no matter how many revolutions or red flags intervene. Until they're repaid, they are not dead. They are simply unresolved. Every year, new generations inherit these instruments, some as family heirlooms, others as legally verified assets. The legal claim is just as valid today as it was the day it was issued. The doctrine of state succession ensures that sovereign debt doesn't fade into obscurity. It stays, it waits, and eventually, it demands justice. The People's Republic of China owes these debts, and the world is watching.